Welcome to the future of the game. This is the Marketing Lab.
We don't just build brands, we build legacies. It's time to quit playing or shut up. From the academy to the university, we're redefining elite education. Creative genius meets relentless execution. This is where the magic happens. The Marketing Lab. Join the movement and let's build your legacy together. Let's go.
Most people do not fail at writing a book because they lack talent. They fail because they never get clear on what the book is supposed to do. They focus on pages before purpose, titles before transformation, and publishing before clarity. And that is exactly why their message never lands. Welcome to the Marketing Lab, where we build in real time, right in front of you. No fluff, no filters, just raw strategy and execution. And today, we are talking about something that many people get wrong when they start writing a book. They focus on pages before purpose. They focus on titles before transformation. They focus on publishing before clarity. So tonight, I want to help you slow down and build this the right way. Because your book is not just something you write. It is something you build from. So start with the real reason you are writing it. And let me start with a question. Why are you writing this book? Not the polished answer. Not the answer you give people when they ask occasionally. I mean the real reason. When I started writing my book, it was not just about putting stories on paper. It was about showing people that the things they think disqualify them can actually become the foundation that builds them. For me, that meant my speech impediment, ADHD, the moment where I doubted myself, questioned my voice, and felt overshadowed. But over time, I realized those were not just struggles. They were training grounds. They were the places where resilience, grit, and perspective were formed. That is why your book needs a clear why. Because if your book has no clear purpose, it becomes information. But when your book has purpose, it becomes impact. So here's your first strategy. Define your book's purpose in one sentence. Ask yourself, why am I writing this? And what do I want it to do for someone else? It is essential to make sure your book solves a real problem. Now, once you know your why, you have to go deeper because purpose alone is not enough. A strong book does not just inspire people. It helps them. It solves something and it meets them in a real struggle. So ask yourself, what problem does this book solve? That is where many authors miss it. They know what they want to say, but they have not made it clear what burden they are helping the reader carry. My book speaks to people who wrestle with self-doubt, fear, lack of clarity, and the internal battles that keep them from moving forward. It is not just my story. It is a guide for people trying to find their footing while fighting what is happening inside. Let us think about the lean startup. It became powerful because it addressed the fear entrepreneurs have of wasting time, money, and effort on building the wrong thing. Your book needs that same clarity. So here's your second strategy. Write down 3 core problems your book helps solve. Ask, What are my readers struggling with right now? What will they understand, overcome, or do differently after reading it? Because when your book solves a real problem, it becomes more than a project. It becomes useful. This is where you want to know exactly who you are writing for. So let us take it a step further. If you try to write for everybody, you will connect deeply with nobody. The most impactful books feel personal. They feel like they were written directly to one kind of reader. So, who is your reader? For me, my reader is the person who is tired of starting and stopping. The one who knows there is more in them, but feels stuck between potential and movement. The one who wants to grow, but keeps getting pulled back by fear, inconsistency, and self-doubt. That clarity matters because when you know who you are talking to, your message gets sharper. Your language gets stronger. Your marketing gets easier. So here is your third strategy. Describe your idea reader in one sentence. Ask, who are they? What are they carrying right now? What do they need to hear from someone like you? When your reader feels seen, your book stops feeling general and starts feeling personal to the point that you allow your story to create a connection. And let us get into it and discuss what really makes a book move people. Do you want to know the truth? Readers connect with honesty. They connect with the story behind the story. That means your inspiration matters. What happened in your life that made you say, this needs to be written? For me, it came from moments where I felt stuck, defeated, and unsure of myself. But it also came from the realization that I was not the only one. There are people out there trying to move forward while carrying pain, pressure, and insecurity. I wanted to write something that could stand beside them and say, you are not alone and you can still build. That is what makes a book resonate. Not perfection, but vulnerability. So here's your fourth strategy. Be honest about what sparked the book. Ask, what pain pushed you to write this? What truth am I finally ready to share? What part of my story will help someone else feel understood? Your story is not powerful just because it happened. It becomes powerful when you use it to serve. Now, once your message is clear, do not keep the whole journey hidden. Bring people in. One of the reasons I created the Marketing Lab was to build in front of people, not behind closed doors. I wanted to show the process, not just the polished result. That means sharing behind the scenes moments, questions you are wrestling with, pieces of the message as it develops, ways your audience can participate, and why that matters. Because people support what they feel connected to. When people feel included, they become invested. So here is your fifth strategy. Create one simple way for your audience to participate this week. Maybe that means asking a question, sharing a sneak peek, letting them vote on something, or inviting them to join your update list. It does not have to be complicated. It just has to be intentional. And at the end of the day, launching a book is not just about releasing pages. It is about releasing purpose. It is about turning your pain into clarity. It is about taking your message and building something that actually helps people. If you are writing a book right now, do not rush past the foundation. Get clear on why it exists, what it solves, who it is for, what part of your story makes it real, and how you will bring people into the journey. Because when you do that, your book stops being just another idea. It becomes a tool, a bridge, and a message that moves people. Thank you for building with me tonight on the Marketing Lab. If you are ready to move beyond thinking about your message and start building something real from it, stay connected and join the journey. Let us keep building together. And Quit or Shut Up is now available for pre-order. If you are ready to stop making excuses, silence self-doubt, and take action towards the life you deserve, this book is for you. Grab your copy today. I will see you next time. And you already know what's coming next. Deuces! Hey.
What if the biggest thing holding you back isn't failure? What if it's quitting too soon? Every year, people walk away from dreams, businesses, goals, and opportunities, not because they lacked talent, but because they stopped before the breakthrough. I know that feeling personally, the self-doubt, the overthinking, the frustration of starting strong and losing momentum. That's exactly why I wrote my new book, Quit or Shut Up: How to Transform Your Life or Business in 90 Days. This is not just a motivational book, it's a challenge, a blueprint, a wake-up call. Inside this book, I'll help you build discipline, develop consistency, shift your mindset, and stop making emotional decisions that sabotage your future. Because success doesn't come from motivation alone, it comes from execution. This book was written for the entrepreneur, the dreamer, the creator, the person who knows they're capable of more, but keeps getting stuck in cycles of stopping and restarting. And now, it's time to break that cycle. Quit or Shut Up officially releases July 14th, and pre-orders are available now. As a special bonus, early book purchasers will also receive exclusive access. Because this is bigger than a book, this is a movement toward execution, discipline, and transformation. The real question is, are you going to keep quitting emotionally, or will you start executing intentionally? Pre-order your copy today and let's build together.